Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Solarized Mass Plus Kickoff event in Solar Center. My name is Esmeralda Pistono, and I am the Community Solar Coach for the program here today. Everybody here, can you hear me? Now you can. Okay. Gotta get me. My name is Esmeralda. I'm the Solar Coach here in Salem. Now, before we get to the installer presentation, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the program, and we'll have some guest speakers come up here as well. Solarized Mass Plus is a state-funded and volunteer-run program promoting solar electricity and other renewable energy technologies at a discounted rate from market price. It is a partnership between the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center, the Department of Energy Resources, Green Communities Division, local municipal officials, and community volunteers. Solarized North Shore is a joint grassroots campaign between Salem, Swampscott, and Ahant. Volunteers and the solar coaches from each community work together to promote solar electricity, solar hot water, and air source heat pumps. Together we formed installer selection teams and went through a competitive bidding process to select these three installers. We have Boston Solar, New England Solar Hot Water, and New England Douglas. They have been amazing partners to work with thus far, and we believe they offer you the best and most cost-effective system for your homes and businesses. Now, our first guest speakers tonight will speak to you all about the city's endorsement of the program and why it's beneficial for Salem business and homeowners to implement these technologies. I'd like to welcome Jenna Ide, the Director of Capital Projects and Municipal Operations for the City of Salem, and Lisa Peterson, our current Ward 3 City Councilor.
Welcome. This is great, right? Thank you all for coming, and if you know anybody who was unable to come, we're going to have other events, and there's websites. This is going to be on SATV. There's a lot of opportunities to get more information. I first want to say thank you to the Solarized program, our installers for coming out tonight. Our Sustainability, Energy, and Resiliency Committee, our representative on the City Council, Lisa Peterson, and a big thank you to Esmeralda and Brittany. Raise your hands. Who helped organize this all. Basically, Salem has been a green community since 2010. We have been working with our sustainability committee for actually longer than that on all kinds of programs, whether it be solar projects on city buildings, whether it be, we have actually 42 projects that we've implemented in the city to save energy and renewable energy projects. This is about 9 million invested, about 800,000 annually in savings. We also do a lot of different things, such as Salem Power Choice we work on. We did a green Salem fair, business fair. So we have a lot of things that CERT and our community has worked on. Salem really represents a sustainable community and resilient. And this is one of the best opportunities that we have. We've done it in the past with big success. We're hoping even more now because we have 3 different types of technologies. And what we do is we partner with the state and the other communities of Swampscott and Ahant to not only get a vetted contractor that has been vetted by the state who understands these contracts a little bit better and the pricing, but also because we're all going in, they're giving us a really competitive price. So you're getting some of the best prices that you'll see in the state for these technologies. So we're hoping that the advantage of this. The City of Salem doesn't sign any contract, it's just between you and the installers, but we're here helping to promote and helping to make sure that we get as much out there as possible. This could be great business, a homeowner, and even some condo associations and others who work together to install it. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Peterson to talk more about the City of Salem's commitment to sustainability. Thank you.
Jenna, and thanks everyone for being here. I really give you props for being here tonight. It really means a lot to me as a city councilor and as the liaison to the Sustainability, Energy, and Resiliency Committee to see you here tonight and to see your commitment to doing your part to help further us as a green community. And for whatever reason you're here, whether you are trying to save some money, see if it might work for your house, or whether it's something that where the environment and addressing the climate crisis is really important to you, or both, it's great to see you here. It's great to see this great turnout. I wanted to just give you a little short history over the past couple of years in terms of what we've done as a city to address the climate crisis, because I will say not only as the liaison to this committee, but also as the chair this year of Administration and Finance Committee, which oversees the budget, we're seeing that we can't ignore the fact that the climate crisis is really at our doorstep, and we're seeing it from a financial perspective as well. I'm sure you all saw that just as one example, that the pier at the Willows was destroyed twice by what was it, 500-year storms in 2 years or something. And we're seeing roads wash away, people needing to be rescued from their vehicles when it just rains a little hard. So we are on the front lines. We are the canary in the coal mine here on the coast, and so we know that this is something that's really important to address, and that it's up to all of us to do so. So just wanted to give you a couple things we've done as a council. So in 2016, the council passed a 100% clean energy resolution here in the city, committing to doing whatever we can, as we're creating development and as we're creating projects here in the city that we're addressing that. 2017, we were the first community on the North Shore to pass a carbon pricing omnibus energy bill. And then this term, I was really honored to bring in two resolutions that I think are really important. One, really pushing for a Green New Deal overhaul, from the very top down, and sort of using our power as a community to say that, what I said before, we are seeing it here. We know that it's really important. We can't ignore it any longer, and we need everybody working at every level to do that. And then also supporting a resolution supporting carbon pricing, specifically the Benson bill, which is co-sponsored at the state level by Representative Paul Tucker, our own representative. And we found that, studies show, research shows that the best way to address the climate crisis is through a carbon pricing bill. So we're working hard here in the city to do that, and I'm so excited, as I said, to see that you all are working hard too as individuals, and very excited to partner with you. And hopefully here you'll find a solution that works well for your home, or at least maybe you'll learn a little bit and start thinking about maybe something you can do as individuals to address this. So thanks so much for being here, and turn it back over to Esmeralda.
Thank you, Jenna. Up next, I'd like to welcome someone who will give a financial and investment perspective on the program. He is a longtime Salem resident who participated in the 2014 Solarized Salem program. He is a professional investor, a trustee at Salem State and the National YMCA Retirement Fund, and is also the owner of Cabot Wealth Management. Please welcome Rob Lutz.
Good evening. Thank you, Esmeralda. The reason I'm here is I'm a fan of all alternative energy, and particularly solar. I think 7 years ago, I was at the YMCA working out, and I talked to Jeff Cohen, who was on the sustainability committee here in Salem. He told me about solar and how it was a really good investment. I didn't believe him. I went back to my office and said, I'm going to check this out. He gave me some numbers that were like, I was like, really? That doesn't sound right. He said, you could earn your money back in 5 years, and then, have have all the power paid after that. But I looked into it, and in fact, then invested in 3 systems after I found that it was true. So I'm a big fan for 3 reasons. It's a good investment, meaning I think your money that's put into it comes back fairly quickly to you. The second reason is it's great for the environment. And all of the evaluation that I did on an economic basis did not include any of the benefits to society, of course, because that's not in the numbers. You know, none of it's in the numbers. But the return on investment of the systems I invested in, and I own 3 systems. I recently just sold one. 30 Federal Street, another building right next to District Court. There's 30 panels on it. I put those in 6 years ago. I owned the building for 5 years and I sold it. And my return on investment on that project was 15% per year, which basically meant I got all my money back in 5 years. And then anything beyond there was basically free electricity. I'm also a big fan of electric cars. And my wife and I own a Tesla automobile, and I have a solar system on my home, and we run our car basically on the power generated by the solar system. So what better system than that? And I think down the road, I honestly believe, 25 years from now, every building built is going to have solar on it. And on the roof, windows, everywhere. We're going to be collecting energy everywhere. And it's all going to be distributed sorts of things. I'd like to just mention a little bit about reliability. I've had my solar systems for now going on 7 years, the longest one I've had. I've not done anything to them at all. You know, there's been no reliability problem at all. Why is that? From an engineering standpoint, solar energy has no moving parts. You know, it's basically all a quiet, inactive system that is very reliable. And I'm not sure what the long-term things. Maybe I'll have a problem in 10 years or 15 years. I hope not. But so far, it's been very reliable, and I think it's going to continue to be. Now, if I was in your shoes now thinking about doing a solar program, I would do something that I couldn't do 5 or 6 years ago. I would consider putting a battery backup system with it too. Just the next month or two, 2 companies, Enphase and Generac, are introducing new systems that are going to manage battery use with the solar and basically be very smart about how you use it. It basically turns your solar system into a backup energy system very effectively. And that's just, are you offering that? Yep, you are offering it. Yeah, so that's something I would definitely look into because it really turns your system into much more than just solar generation. So bottom line for all of this is, financially, it's a very good investment. I'm proof of that. And I invest professionally for a living. And I have the 3 systems to sort of prove it. Reliability-wise, very outstanding results. And of course, environmentally is the biggest reason I think that we ought to consider it as well. So all in all, I think this is a wonderful program. I'm really proud of my city for what we've done. We're really leaders compared to many other cities. And that's our mayor, I believe, who's initiated most of it. But lots of other people in the city, Jeff and the sustainability committee, are pushing this very significantly for a very good reason, because we're all going to get there eventually, and the communities that get there first are going to have the benefits of that. So I congratulate everyone for being here and taking your part, and thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, Robert. All right, now we have one more guest speaker before we get to the installer presentation. Here representing the state is the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center Program Coordinator, Lisa Dobbs.
Welcome to the installer night for the Salem Small Town Program, otherwise known as, can everybody hear me? No? Better? Yes? Okay. Thank you for that. Let me know if I fade out at any point. But yeah, I'm here on behalf of Massachusetts Clean Energy Center to tell you basically a little bit about who Mass CEC is, in case you're not familiar, a little bit about the program itself, a little bit about the technologies and incentives available, although your installer is your technical expert, and we're going to talk to you a lot more about that later on. and just next steps in getting started in the program. So Mass CEC is the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center. We are a quasi-state agency created by massive legislation, and we gain our funding from the Renewable Energy Trust. That's that small surcharge on rate-payer utility bills. And essentially through that, we're tasked with helping grow the clean energy economy in Massachusetts, all while helping meet the Commonwealth's climate and clean energy goals. This slide is super busy and it's also very hard to see. All it's really trying to impart is that we try to do it in a holistic and sort of multifaceted way, in that we try to target clean energy economy in various ways, such as supporting workforce development, supporting adoption, like programs like this, innovation and investments, and quite a few other things, but that's kind of a high-level overview. So we do try to sort of capture it from all ends. So we're really excited about programs like these where we get to be in communities. So Solarize Mass Plus is a community-based and driven education, outreach, and group purchasing campaign. It's coupled with a competitive installer selection, which was discussed before, and a fixed discounted price. It's been proven to help educate folks about these technologies and help really drive up adoption. What it also does is it helps drive down costs, because essentially when you have a program like this, you have your great volunteer team and folks like you who are here tonight start spreading the word, or essentially becoming a little bit of a marketing arm for the installers that are here. When they get that cost savings for those saved marketing costs, they essentially get to pass those cost savings directly down to you. So it's a really grassroots type program that's helping you leverage all of your group buying power to get better deals and learn more about these technologies and ideally about them. And so why Go Plus? So we just talked a little bit about why we started the Solarize Mass Plus program. It's iterated off the original Solarize Mass program, but essentially it's taking the next step and starting to look at what else can we do when we pair solar PV with technologies like air source heat pumps and solar hot water. We came up with this essentially by taking a look at the greenhouse gas emissions in Massachusetts and essentially looking at where are those coming from. A lot of them are coming from things like transportation, things like that, but what we also can take a look at is heating and electricity. And then when we break down our household energy use, we see that space heating, air conditioning, water heating is taking up a huge chunk of that, and often we're doing those with things like fossil fuels. There was something behind that, but I don't know why I didn't that, but also just a little bit more on the Plus program, why we also adopted it as well. No, it's okay, you don't have to go back. It's hidden behind that one. So I clearly did something wrong. Essentially, we wanted to make an easier way for folks to learn about more than one technology. And we picked technologies like air source heat pumps and solar hot water because they paired really well with things like solar PV. So just a little bit about Solarize Mass. It was launched in 2011. We're now actually have launched our 10th round. This is a group within our 9th round. And we've been in about 20% of Massachusetts communities. This map here shows essentially all those that have participated prior, including the ones that are participating right now. And some have been participating twice, which is super exciting. Salem and Swampscott are communities that have participated more than once. Typically, we're seeing an average savings of about 13 to 21% off the average market rate for solar PV. And I put up a little quote here from a past volunteer, but working with Mass CEC was a wonderful experience and made me proud to live in Massachusetts. I like to put that up there because it's a lot of fun, because we're also really proud to work with communities like yours to do great programs like this, and see you all really at the forefront of taking on some of these challenges. So one of the reasons why the program is so successful and we love it so much is because it's based off of a really strong partnership. You've got Mass CEC and DOER who administer the program, offer marketing funds, and other state grants. You have your great community volunteer team, which actually is comprised of a lot of folks, including a solar coach, your municipal representatives, and a lot of other key volunteers who are out there every day doing outreach, helping you learn more about this program. You've got your installer, they're your technical expert, they're here to provide you site assessments. And really they're a turnkey contractor, so they're taking you through a site assessment, contracting, installation, and then beyond. And you also have all of you that are here tonight, all the community members, you are all also essential in not only learning about your opportunity, getting those free site assessments, potentially adopting those technologies, but also helping spread the words and utilizing the grassroots nature of a program like this and helping more folks take advantage of potentially learning and adopting these technologies. So I put in a little fun slide here to just talk a little bit more about Solarize Mass Plus. We'd like to consider this group really blazing the trail for this program because this is the first time we've seen this many technologies be promoted in the program. So the program is again solar PV or solar electric, air source heat pumps, and solar hot water. So it's really exciting for you all to be able to sort of have one place to go to learn more about more than one technology as opposed to just one. And what's also special about this program is all of these installers have offered a very competitive price, which means that it's not going to last forever. So this program is running through, at this point, May 2020. So that's how much time you have to learn about, get your site assessment, and potentially sign those contracts. So very quickly on the technologies and their incentives. The first thing I'm going to talk about is solar PV. I'm actually going to take a quick step back and just talk about energy in general. So very quickly, we just want to visualize energy use throughout the world. So that little but very big circle, that orange circle there on the left, is world energy use. What we want to do visually is start comparing it to finite resources like coal, petroleum, natural gas, things like that, keeping in mind that those aren't renewable. We start comparing them to all of the renewable technologies. Then we take a look at solar and see how much value it is and how much resource it is, and how that's why we're excited about a program like this, because it's such an abundant resource and there's so much to take advantage of. And just taking a look at that number and how that compares to world energy use, we can do a lot of really great work with these types of technologies. So very quickly, just a little bit about solar in Massachusetts. As of about 2005, this is pre-Mass CEC, pre a lot of incentives. We had around 300 assistants. By 2015, we were at about 43,000. By mid-2018, we were at over 85,000. And actually, as of now, we are nearing 100,000. We're very, very close to that. It's really exciting. It's just due to folks like you all running programs like this, favorable policy, great incentives, and really, it's proving that these are time-tested technologies. Friends and neighbors have these technologies, and that's why everyone's so comfortable taking advantage and installing them on their homes. So like I said, there's a lot of really great incentives in Massachusetts and I'm going to just talk about them at a very, very high level for all technologies, and your installers are going to be able to talk to you a lot more in depth both tonight and in those site assessments. But solar PV has a lot of incentives. We've got state and federal tax incentives. We've got net metering and utility bill savings. So that's that opportunity, like was mentioned before, to potentially have that free electricity and maybe even get that monthly credit that's going to carry over and maybe cover that electric bill in the winter months. You've got production incentives. That's a cash incentive that is stacked on top of your utility bill savings. Again, that's a cash incentive. Right now, we have a program called the SMART program. So definitely learn a little bit more about that because that's a really great benefit. And we also offer the Mass Solar Loan Program, which is actually another program that Mass EC and Department of Energy Resources run. And it's an opportunity to get connected with local lenders to own your solar system rather than participating in something like a lease. That way you can get a lot more of the incentives available to these technologies. And there are also additional incentives for those who are income qualified. There's an income-based loan support. There's also an interest rate buy-down. So very quickly on air source heat pumps. They are a heat pump that runs on electricity. They are 2 to 3 times more efficient than electric resistance heating. And essentially why they're so efficient is because they're not actually generating heat. They're rather transferring heat from one place to another. They can provide heating and cooling, which is something that isn't always quite understood about heat pumps because you've got the word heat in there, but they can provide heating and cooling, so it's a really great opportunity, especially when you don't have central air. And a lot of folks also think, well, they're more for a warm place, they don't work, up north, especially in New England, and there's been a lot of improvements over the last few years that really make them work well in cold climates, and the installers are going to talk to you a lot more about that. So for incentives, okay, Okay, Mass CEC offers a rebate, but it is for whole home installations. So if you're looking at a whole home installation, definitely ask about that. But it's worth about $25,000 to $5,000, and there are also additional income-based supports. Mass Save offers a rebate, which is very generous, upwards of $1,600 per ton, and that is for displacing oil, electric, and propane. There is a small incentive for displacing gas, so you can ask about that as well if you do have gas. You've got alternative energy certificates. That is another incentive offered through the Department of Energy Resources, and that value is going to vary, so I would ask the installer about that. And there's also what's called a heat loan. That's an opportunity to get a zero interest loan that you can have for up to 7 years for up to $25,000. Typically something like this is going to help cover the cost of most systems. So that's a really great opportunity to get an easy way to finance a system. So solar hot water, similar to solar electric, but instead of converting to electricity, of course, it's using the solar to heat your hot water. So essentially, it's got a collector. It's going to heat up the fluid. It's right on your roof, just like a solar panel. That's used to heat the home's domestic hot water. Systems typically supply about 50 to 80% of a home's annual hot water needs. So some similar rebates. Mass CEC offers a rebate for up to $4,500, and again, it's increased if your income qualified. We also offer state and, well, I'm sorry, we don't, but there are the state and federal tax incentives. The heat loan, again, applies to solar hot water as well, and similarly helps cover the cost of most standard systems. And there's also a sales tax exemption as well. All we've got left is next steps in getting started. So definitely sign up for those site assessments, share your email address so you can get program updates, get that Mass Save energy audit, get that efficiency first if you can. Consider other options, which hopefully through this program with the 3 technologies, you'll be able to hopefully learn and adopt one of them. Definitely consider other options and talk to your installers and volunteers about that as well. And of course, utilize the grassroots networking effect of the program like this and tell your friends and neighbors so that they can take advantage of it as well. And with that, I want to thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me, and we'll kick it off to the installers next.
Solar. We're honored to be selected for the Solarize Plus for Salem, Nahant, and Nebraska. Solarize programs are a really wonderful thing for the town. It's not every town that gets selected. You have to apply for this, the town gets selected, and then they go through a pretty rigorous vetting process to pick the installer. So that's a big deal for us. So we have to come in not only with very impressive pricing to entice the town to choose us, but we also have to have a really impeccable track record. And that's one of the nice things as far as just the company overall. Our reviews are outstanding, lots of them as well. We're a local company, started back in 2011. We're based in Woburn, we're right up the road from you. And we've been doing installs as a subcontractor for the first 3 years. Around 2014, we decided to try it on our own, just working for ourselves. Switched now to doing all our own work, working for ourselves, not taking on subcontract jobs. So, basically transitioned in that space. But in that time, we've done over 4,000 installs, and it's one of the kind of more impressive things as far as we're not a huge company with 65 employees, and yet we've done more installs than companies that are 3 times our size. It's just virtue of how we were built all the technical expertise and experience first, and then moved from there. But with part of the things that made us a good choice for the Solarize, one, we have very broad warranties. So 10 years, we guarantee pretty much everything. So parts and labor on your entire system, all components. Doesn't matter what the manufacturer covers, we're covering completely. Also, we guarantee your roof for 10 years after install. Every point where we attach the system within a 5-inch radius of those attachments, we're guaranteeing your roof for a decade. We also guarantee the production of our system for 10 years as well. So if your system doesn't produce at least 90% of our estimate, we actually pay you that. And that's settled up every 2 years for the first decade. In addition to our warranties, We also have manufacturer warranties for solar for 25 years. So not uncommon to have a solar system for 7 years and no maintenance. That's the usual. It's not that no equipment ever fails ever, but it is very rare, and that's why manufacturers can offer 25-year warranties. Some of them are 25 years parts and labor as well, which if you think of anything you've ever bought for your home, almost nothing offers a 25-year warranty, certainly not covering parts and labor for a quarter century. And then as far as the other things that are important to us, we do all our own work, all our own electricians in-house. We never subcontract anything. It took us too long to build the reputation we have. We don't want to mess that up. And also, we are 100% locally owned and operated. We call us calling office in Woburn. Calling your reps who are living in the area as well. There is no 800 number. Never get a cloud status state or something like that. Also, if you have a chance, please check out the reviews for yourself. Get a sense of why we were selected for Solarize. Not just how many 5-star reviews, which there's lots and lots of them. Have an eye towards how few, if any, negative reviews you can find. Which, having done over 4,000 installs, I think is that much more impressive. I give all the credit to our installers. They do really great work. Make my job that much easier. And the company also, all the industry partnerships and accreditations you'd expect to see. But in addition to that, the company's very good at giving back to the community. Many of you probably heard sad news today, Pete Brady's passed. We actually donated the system that was on the roof. We've had a great partnership with Brady's Foundation and Strikeout ALS ever since. But also, part of the Solarize programs, one of the big things we pride ourselves on is helping the community. So any community groups, local charities, other organizations that put the word out about Solarize, if people come to us through either word of mouth through them or events they hold, we consider that a referral to the program. And so if someone just sits and has an appointment to find out if they have a good house for solar, Boston Solar makes a $25 donation. If that person decides to get a system, they're going to save a lot of money and it's a good idea for them, Boston Solar makes a further $100 donation. Now that referral program also applies to all of you. If you have friends and family you want to recommend this to, by all means spread the word. But also if you're belonging to any of those kind of local charitable organizations, churches, schools, synagogues, you name it, please let them know this is a great way for them to fundraise while also helping out all the members that they serve. Now as far as how solar works, you've already gotten a little bit of info there. It's pretty simple. Light hits the panels. They make DC current electricity or direct current electricity. We then have microinverters change that DC over to AC or alternating current. That's what we use for our homes and businesses. So once that electricity, comes down from the roof, it's using a 1-inch metal conduit. We bring that and tie it into your main electric panel, and that way power everything in your house exactly the same way the electricity from the street does now. So your house and appliances can't tell the difference. When you are making more than you need, though, the excess goes back out onto the grid and into your neighbors' homes. When it does that, it literally spins your meter backwards. So you can wipe out your bill completely. If you make too much in a given month, you store a credit on your bill that you can then use in later months. A few slides I'm showing you my own electric bill. I haven't paid for electricity in a year and a half. Every month I get a no payment due electric bill, and it never gets old. You can ask anyone here who has solar, you don't get tired of it. But in addition to getting the savings from the system, Massachusetts also get income for the first 10 years, and that is based on the gross production of the system. That's through the SMART program, or Solar Massachusetts Renewable Target. You get paid every month, either check or direct deposit, based on however much you produced the month before. And you get that every month for 10 years. These are some examples of our systems on residential and commercial projects. We do both, and anyone in the any of the towns with homes or businesses interested can all call us and still be able to get the same Solarize pricing. The way the systems are attached, we use a racking system. It's attached right to the roof. We keep the panels flush with the roof. That way, wind and water can still pass underneath. It's about a 4-inch air gap. But we don't tilt them up unless it's a truly flat roof for wind rating reasons. The panels aren't that heavy, and we want to make sure that they can withstand high winds. By doing it this way, they can withstand 120-mile-an-hour winds. We also use flat anodized aluminum. We don't use the chrome stuff you might see in a lot of installs. Now, the way each one of these points is attached to your roof is by actually attaching right to the rafters. So you you see a close-up here of the flashing. You flash it under the shingle above, throw a pilot hole right into the rafter, and then there's a mounting bracket and cap above the piece of flashing. The hole that that's covering is about a quarter inch. And you see the size of what we're covering that up with. We also use a very significant amount of silicone. So on the next slide, you can see here the side diagram. When they drill that hole, they fill that with silicone. That way, when we sink the lag screw in, it is completely watertight. That's why we're able to guarantee these penetration points on your roof for 10 years after install. We're not worried about it leaking because if you do this right, it can't. And then also, there's some preventative measures we can put up. There's snow guards. So if your panels would be right above your front door, and you don't want the snow sliding off all at once, we can put those up. Keeps that from happening. Ever seen snow coming off a standing seam metal roof where it just all comes off an avalanche? Panels, especially depending on the roof, not unlike that. It comes off with some gusto sometimes. So we do put that up as a safety precaution where it's needed. The other issue you run into is with critters. If you have squirrels that can get on your roof, they will get under the array, they will chew through the wires. So we put a critter guard, it'll protect the array. That way animals can't get underneath. If we put that up, that also extends our warranty to prevent critter damage from squirrels getting under and chewing the wires. Other animals can get on panels and underneath, but squirrels are the ones we're really worried about because they're the ones who actually eat the equipment. On the side of the house, there is some equipment that does have to go on the outside. So from left to right here, you have AC disconnect. That's so that the utility or the fire department can shut the system off from the outside. You also have an empty meter socket there. That's where the smart meter goes. So your regular meter, always on the far side there, that's still there. All they do is they swap the glass insert for one that's capable of spinning backwards. Right now, if you don't have solar, you have a meter that can only go one way, and it can only cost you money. Switching that with one that can actually spin backwards allows you to save money in addition while you're producing energy. But notice the smart meter, that actually gets hit with the electricity before it even comes into your house. So before you have any chance to use it, that's already tracking and reporting your income for the state. That way they know how much you have to get paid, and your usage will never impact that. And then we also see out here, this piece of equipment doesn't have to go on the outside. It's a PV load center. All the different feeds from the microinverters combined there. It's sort of the brains of the system where that's where the communication happens. That can go either in a basement or garage, or it can go on the outside of the house. It's designed for any of the above, but other than that one, all of that has to go on the outside and has to be in proximity to your existing meter. This is what a microinverter looks like. So you'll never really see this because it's under your panels. And it's one for each panel. That way if one goes out, it doesn't affect any of the others. So it's great redundancy, great reliability. Those also come with a 25-year warranty from the manufacturer. And the incentives have been alluded to. You have a big tax credit. So this year the federal tax credit is 30%. Next year it will be a 26% tax credit. After that, it goes to 22%, and then it is gone. There's one buffer year in 2022 where it's 10% for commercial solar, but for residential, it's 30%, 26%, 22%, and then no more solar tax credit, at least from the federal government. And so it's nice that you guys get a chance to actually look into solar while we still have these generous incentives. Tax credit is a dollar for dollar incentive. The only requirement is you have to be paying federal income tax to use it. If you are, maybe the first time in your life, it's a really good thing. But if anyone's income is so low that they might not have the federal tax liability, an important component of the Mass Solar Loan Program, there's a buy down. It's income restricted, but the state may pay for 30% of the system as well. So it's definitely worth looking into. And there are instances where someone can qualify for both. So definitely worth checking. There's also a $1,000 state tax credit, and then you get the savings and the income from the system. So with the SMART program, we are in block 4 of that program. It's 7.6 cents per kilowatt hour. So for every kilowatt hour you generate, every single one, you get paid. And the more the system produces, the more you do get paid every month for the first 10 years. So there's different ways you can go solar. You can buy it outright. You can finance the system. When financed, most people will choose to finance it over 10 years. So that is you get the income for 10 years. You can line those two things up together. So as long as the money that you're saving by not paying National Grid for electricity and the income you're getting paid for making that same electricity that you get to use or not pay for, as long as those two together are more than your monthly loan payment, you would have a system that is paying for itself with no upfront cost to you. You pocket the difference while it's paying for itself. And then after 10 years, instead of giving tens of thousands of dollars to National Grid, you instead have a system that you own outright, and you never pay anything for it anymore, while it still keeps making free electricity, guaranteed for 25 years. On the upper end, we don't really know how long panels can last, because you can't really field test, will they last 50 years or 60 years until you put it on a roof and see what happens. But very important as far as if someone's worried about, oh, I heard solar is expensive. What we want to see for anyone who has a good roof for solar is we want savings in income more than paying for it, even if you financed it and spread it out over 10 years. So that way, you don't have to have any upfront cost at all, and it's cheaper than your current electric bill. I can't stress that enough. If you're paying electric bill and you can afford your electric bill now, you can probably afford to pay less than your electric bill. This is my own bill, one I don't pay. No payment due every month. It looked like that for a year and a half. I still look at it just because it's fun. I mean, think of every bill you get. How many of them say no payment due? Let alone do they say no payment due and that they owe you money? Now, you can see that negative $207 up in that upper left-hand corner. And the next bill shows my bill from this winter. Now, this is my biggest bill of the year. They wanted $79 from me, right? They owed me $207. So they just take what they wanted from me out of what they already owed me. So it's very common in solars. You might not wipe out your whole bill if you can. What actually happens is you wipe out the whole bill for most of the year, spring, summer, and fall. And then when winter comes, you can eat through the credit you built up. But if you built up a big enough credit, you do make it all the way through to the other side without paying no one nickel. And as you accrue credits on your bill, it is based on the rates they're charging. So if you saw, sorry, you can go back one. All of the charges on your bill based on kilowatt hours. So if I produce 314 kilowatt hours more, that would get that to zero. When you go negative, you produce more than you're using, you get a different looking bill. We have a net metering credit, and the rate that they credit you at is built out of all the charges that they have on the bill. So if they increase their rates, this actually just gets better. Now, what makes the Solarize so appealing for residents is the fixed pricing model, which we had to come in very aggressive to win this. So it's a very competitive process to win a Solarize. So we basically get the backing of the entire town and the government, get a venue like this to be able to promote yourselves, and so it's a big deal. So the pricing you see here, ridiculously low. So if you're ever going to look at solar, you got the incentives at the best they're ever going to be from here forward, and you got pricing that you'll probably never see again. So better to look now, see if it works for you. If it does, wonderful. If you have a house that's not good for this, we will be the first ones to tell you. But under the Solarize pricing, houses that sometimes struggle to look good for solar end up working out okay just because the investment piece is so much smaller than it would normally be. And we have 300 panels in the base model. We also have LG and newer LG. So 300 to 310 watt all black panel. The LG 335 is an all black panel. The 350 has the little white lines. They reflect the way heat, it's a little more efficient, but they look a little busier because they have little white lines. The 316 to 370, that's the newest generation LG. And those ones, very nice panels. Those are actually expected to last about 40 years, which is pretty incredible. But all 25-year warranties with LG, it's 25 years of parts and labor. And then I think the last slide they showed is just to illustrate how well the panels are on there. So Superstorm Sandy down in New Jersey, the whole house came out this foundation. Panels are still in place. But I think we're going to save questions at the end, right?
You have 5 minutes for questions.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask?
How long does that wattage price last?
Well, that's for the duration of the Solarize. So in other Solarize programs in the past, it had tiered pricing where if enough people sign up, the price gets lower and lower. We're just starting at the bottom. Price is at the absolute bottom, and it's the duration of the program, but you would have to sign up before the program ends in May.
Will that increase each year?
So the Solarize is just a temporary program
Okay.
where we have the town helping us to generate interest, and that's why we're able to offer the pricing we are, because the town's doing all our marketing work for us with a very, large and effective volunteer force. It's one of the things we're blown away by in the selection process.
When does the program end?
It ends in May of 2020. So go way back and then.
The price per watt that you put in,
Yeah.
it's $3.09, $2.58. How many kilowatts normally system have for a common home?
The system will range anywhere from, on the smallest system would be like a 3 kW, but more commonly be like a 5 kW up to say a 10. There are systems that are, 12 to 15 kW, that's the biggest systems. But more common average size in the state is anywhere from, say, 6 to 9. Sorry? Yep.
Can you accommodate slate roofs?
Actually, no. So the problem with slate, you can't drill into it, and even if you try to walk around on it, you can crack it and damage it, so we don't do slate roofs, unfortunately. There are, standing seam metal roofs we do, asphalt shingle roofs we do, but slate, cedar shake, and basically anything that you can't either attach to or penetrate, those would be roofs that we can't do.
Program goes to May because the incentives are now? Why does it stop?
The committee decided to, actually usually a Solarize, just so you know, historically, they're often only a 3-month program. So it's usually a much shorter window where you only have that, really appealing pricing for a much shorter time. In this case, they actually are running a much longer program than has been done historically. So you're actually getting a bigger benefit than most other places. And you can get rid of your electric bill and stop paying National Grid. Generally speaking, the sooner the better.
Do you have a formula for the square footage of panels to the output?
So yeah.
Or from it, what you would need to generate it?
Yeah, so it's each panel, you saw in the models, that's the wattage of the panel. Each panel is about 3.5 feet by 5.5 feet. So what it ultimately comes down to is what is your usage, and then how many panels can you fit on your roof. But it is custom for every house, so we do customize every design, so that it's not a cookie cutter answer. But each panel, when you saw 310 watts all the way to 370 watts, that is the wattage per panel. Exceed the wattage number, but they are related. So if you have a 300 watt panel, on a decent site, that'll produce roughly 300 kilowatt hours a year. So if you're looking at your bill and you're saying, okay, I use 10,000 kilowatt hours a year, if I get 30 panels, I can probably wipe out the whole thing. That's assuming your house can fit 30 panels on the roof.
Maybe is our roof for the next 1 to 2 years, so is it required that it's done before the panels go on?
Excellent question. Yes. So if you have a roof that is on its absolute last legs, the last thing we want to do is have you install a system on it, and then in 3 years, have to pay to take the system down and pay to put it back up. So we will always check the condition of your roof, both for your sake and for our own. We guarantee that roof for 10 years. Your roof has to be replaced in 3 years. Probably not. Doesn't have 10 years left in it. So it's very important, more so to save yourself a headache. If a roof is over 20 years old generally, always better to replace it first, because the panels are going to last for 30 years usually. Much better to have either a brand new roof under that, or if the roof's 10 years and under, that's usually safe too. In between that 10 to 20, it varies depending on the type of shingle and the condition and a lot of things. But over 20, replace it. Under 10, you're usually fine. Yes, absolutely. Our warranties are all fully transferable as well as manufacturers.
If you replace your roof, is the standing seam the best option for roofing?
In some ways, yes. So a standing seam metal roof is more expensive than your standard asphalt shingle. Upside with it is we don't have to penetrate that roof. The special clamps that we put on. You have a roof that comes with a lifetime warranty. They expect them to last at least 70 years. So, if you're thinking about a standing seam metal roof, it is a great thing going with solar, but it's not required by any means. If you have a nice architectural asphalt shingle roof, those are going to last 30 years as well, and similar lifespan to what we expect from the panels. Good. All right. Thank you, everyone.